to Dave and Dale Music Show. This is episode 4. It's going great. And I've got a tune today. It's called If I Didn't Know Better. And here it is.
My flight leaves at 9:43. Be so nice if you would come with me. I don't know if we'll be back real soon. Go halfway around the world with you. If I didn't know better, you would be the one. If I didn't know better, we'd be chasing the setting sun. Oh, if I didn't know better. Oh, hey, hey. You got a black cloud hanging over you. You got some things that you need to work through. You got good reasons for the things that you do. What I say makes no matter to you. If I didn't know better, you would be the one. If I didn't know better, we'd be chasing the setting sun. Oh, if I didn't know better. Oh, hey. Feels real easy, feels really good. Feels much better than I dreamed that it could. Oh my Lord, how can this be? Tell me, baby, will I ever be free? If I didn't know better, you would be the one. If I didn't know better, be chasing the setting sun. Oh, if I didn't know better. Oh, hey, hey. My flight leaves at 9:43. Be so nice if you would come with me. I'm only leaving. You come with me. Oh, you can come with me. You can come with me. Come with me. You could come with me.
All right, Dave, that's a great song.
Thank you, Bill.
Really enjoyed that. Enjoyed playing to that song.
Yeah, it was fun.
Lovely song. So, do you remember how you wrote that song?
Well, I wrote it back in 2018. Seems like not that long ago, but I guess it was back in 2018. And a couple of things about that tune. It's got a bit of a Latin feel, and I haven't really written songs like that style, really.
Do you remember how you elected to go with that sort of style?
I was thinking, because I play nylon string, which is, you know, I did take classical in college a little bit. I never really got into the flamenco thing, but I got into a bit of a finger picking thing. But more recently, and we talked about this before, is that I'm trying to approach the guitar a little bit more rhythmically. And by that I mean, you know, when you look around the world, most countries, the guitar is just, it's like the beat, basically.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have that in North America, of course, but not to the extent that you would in some of these other countries where it's just, it's basically the rhythm. Even, you know, the rhythm is more critical than
Right.
the chords or the harmony, I would say. And, you know, I'm just speaking generally.
Sure, fair enough. Yeah.
But, you know, if you look at a little Mexican quartet or something like
Right.
that, the guitars serve primarily just a rhythmic function.
Sure.
And I thought, well, you know, the other thing, excuse me, is I just thought, you know, having played for people in different kind of events, it's something that people can tap their foot to.
Yeah.
You know, if you look around and you see this kind of thing going on,
That's a good thing.
it's a good thing. It's fun.
They haven't fallen
And,
asleep on
yeah,
it.
you just you know, it's more. I don't know. You can get the the shaker going, all that kind of thing. It's just
Yeah.
more of a. It makes it a lot more fun.
Sure. I mean, I've seen you play that song many times, and I even played with you a few times on it. But and you can see the crowd is responding to it.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah,
And see it.
and then because there's not a lot happening. Or I first came up with, I was just this kind of thing, just in a sort of finger picking style,
Yeah.
and then it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
And then the idea
Yeah.
is the muting thing is I'm trying to. It just sounds more like
Right.
drums, and that of course is useful if you're trying to do a quiet verse as opposed to.
Yes. Right. Exactly.
You just.
Exactly.
So you're.
So in this
you're-
case, you're muting it largely with your elbow there.
Yeah, just because I'm just finding that it's really tough to mute if you're doing this kind of thing. You can't really mute here. You have to play it down here.
No, that's interesting.
So then you
yeah.
can use your arm.
I suppose it's different people's body would be different too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
and
sure there's different ways to do
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
and, you know, just the mechanics of it.
Yeah,
You got, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm wearing
sure.
a sweater right now, so, but you can quickly.
But you're actually also, of course,
Yeah.
employing two different types of muting. There's the right hand, the right side,
Right, and then
you're muting with your left hand as well, in between
just
chords.
just a thought on the left-hand muting is, I mean, we do it automatically.
Without thinking.
But it's really critical in
Very much
terms
so.
of
Yes.
you know, beginning guitar players that play a chord and then they're a little pause and then switch to the next chord. But if you know
Exactly.
accent with this hand,
Exactly.
the rhythm would
Actually assists with the rhythm.
Yeah.
It assists sounding fun, more,
Yeah,
I don't know, rhythmic.
yeah. I just think that as a guitar player, you will just naturally.
It's sort of,
develop that.
I think for most people it sort of happens naturally.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
But
if it doesn't,
kind of
maybe.
thing, this is more of a recent thing for me. I thought, well,
Yeah.
I can't really.
I've
do
never
this,
seen
but
that
if I
before,
do-
in fact. Yeah, that's
but
cool.
I've noticed other guitar players they'll be strumming down.
Right,
here.
yeah. But not usually muting.
No,
They're doing
but, yeah,
that.
but of course you get different tones.
Of
all
course
the
you
way
do,
through.
yeah.
It's subtle, but
Yeah, no, that's cool.
and but yeah, it's a fun song to play because it's.
It
not
is
that-
fun.
Yeah,
It's got a nice bounce to it. And you know what? I mean, I would think that in your set, and this for you songwriters, you one of the things that's good as you build your repertoire, that you have songs that are different feels, and they will really help give life to your set because it's not the same old rhythm again, same old key again. So
and sort of if you're going to if you're going to say a ballad versus an up-tempo song, if you're playing live, the scale tips towards an up-tempo song generally.
absolutely.
I find. I mean, you don't want to put people to sleep.
No, I mean there's a place for ballads, of course, but
Mhm.
but not too many.
No, you got to sort of throw a few in and not
Of course.
not make it the balance of your thing.
If they're not too often, then they're really welcome. They're really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, that's good. That's cool, Dave. Anything else about the song that you want to point out? I mean, one of the things I was thinking about this song is, the song is in A minor, which is of course relative to C major, and then it kind of goes to a major feel in the chorus a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you go to the E7, pushes you right back in A minor.
Yeah, it seems like a satisfying
It's the
change
oldest,
up there.
it's an old trick, and there's a reason for that because it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no, this is probably one of the few songs I've written that's not in an alternate tuning, which is
Yeah,
kinda
and
nice.
it is good. I mean, one of the things I think is worth pointing out, and it's good for songwriters to be thinking about. I mean, you've got a constant bass movement in this song, dum ba dum ba dum, and that's cool. That's something now that you associate with that song. You hear the song, and your ear tunes into that, and
Right.
it's compelling.
When I recorded it, the bass player, who was fantastic, had the idea of pushing like
Okay, sure,
thing.
yeah.
And he would do that occasionally, and it just
Yeah, no, it's cool.
adds. I mean,
Push,
I don't do it when I'm playing it live because it's I'm not that coordinated.
Yeah, but that's cool. Yeah. Is there anything else about that song?
Is it fun to solo over that too?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Good. Yeah, it is. It's really fun to play over.
Because I was liking what you were playing there.
Well, it was really basic and simple, but yeah, no, it's
So what do you think about when you solo over this song? You think?
Well, I mean, I'm mostly in this particular song. I'm mostly just thinking in terms of notes that would be in that would be consistent with in this case. Well, it's got a cape on, so it's now in B flat minor, right?
Right.
So I would be thinking. My brain's naturally thinking about basic notes that would be consistent with that, and then but you can hear when he goes to that 5 chord, and then I can't remember to what extent I emphasize that, but I hear it and then I try to reflect that 5 chord a little bit too. But other than the 5 chord, I'm just dancing around a little bit in the key. It's super fun to play too. It's real easy. It's hard to play a real bad note. Actually, at the very beginning of the song, I noticed I went to an A note.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh right, this is in B flat.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But I don't know if it was that audible because I think I was swelling into it or something.
Didn't notice.
I quickly noticed. Oh, I'm a half step off.
Yeah. When you hit a bad note, Dale, the best thing to do is
Hit it again?
stay on it.
Just keep
Like you meant to
jamming
hit it.
away.
It'll come around eventually.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So, yeah. Is there anything else we should want to mention about that song, Dave? Any other issues around recording it, or things that stood out to you in terms of recording it?
No, but I did hire a Latin percussionist to play on it,
Oh, cool.
and that added for sure.
Nice.
And yeah, it was just a pleasant experience, the whole recording of it. Nothing. I mean, I was trying to come up with a few little guitar parts that were.
You don't need to
a
do
little bit
much.
shallow. You don't. Yeah, that's
No,
the
you
point.
just don't. In fact,
You're looking for a groove, and you want to stick with that, and don't really try to reinvent the wheel. After
exactly. In fact, I mean, I think it brings up a point that's worth mentioning. I think, which is, you guitar players that are learning to solo improvise, it's very common for guitar players, especially I think younger ones or newer guitar players, to want to, show how fast they can play or how complicated of a line they can do. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, that's not going to suit the song.
No.
Most of the time, what's going to suit the song is something that's slower and just more melodic, something that your voice would actually do.
Yeah, that just reminds me. I think you and I went to a concert in Abbotsford where Phil Keaggy was playing.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I've seen him a few times.
Yeah, I've seen him a few
Yeah,
times
that was
as
the one
well.
off
But we were
number
up-
one there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a fairly big auditorium. We were standing, I remember, and there were some people around us, and Phil, who's an incredible guitar player, was playing a solo, an extended solo, I think it was,
Yeah.
which I was enjoying, I think you were enjoying.
Yeah.
And but I'm listening to some of the comments around me, and people are like getting bored.
Yeah.
Guitar players have got to realize that you're not, unless you're Jeff Beck or somebody, you're not playing to other guitar players.
No.
You're playing to the casual listener, and they don't really want to hear a solo go on for a couple of minutes.
And even someone like Jeff Beck, who is one of the greatest of all time, I think it's a joy to say that.
Yes.
Even all those guys, the great guys, one of the reasons they're great is they play to the song.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing stuff that's going to suit that song, that's going to help that song along.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not there to. I mean, the odd time you're going to see someone that's there showboating, but especially if you're recording a song, err on the side of less is more, and sort of think David Gilmour.
Right. Yeah.
Something like that. Slower notes, just notes that you would sing, so notes that you would naturally hear, as opposed to some sort of gymnastics
Mm-hmm.
on the fretboard.
Exactly. Good point.
Was there anything else before we bring this episode 4 to a close, Dave?
I think we've covered most of the bases on that, and I think we're still having fun, Neil.
So far, we're having fun.
And so we're going to keep it going until
Till we don't have fun.
Until we don't have fun. Exactly.
Okay, so we just want to encourage you again to consider giving to your local food bank or to some agency that supports the needy. And we want to thank you for tuning in. Hope you tune in again. Take care.
Take care.